Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christy with Van Ahn & Company. It's Friday, December 30th. I'm going to go over the markets. Last trading day of 2016 here in the books. So we have some numbers for you, but let's go over what the markets did here today. Corn up about 2 cents. Wheat market up 2 to 3 cents. Didn't have a whole lot of movement there. US dollar was weaker. That's probably why you saw it be able to support itself. It's nice to see corn and wheat be able to separate themselves here to soybeans. Soybeans weaker, down 6 to 8 cents. So you are seeing some separation there. With soybeans, you had probably the heel coming off of export sales, below expectations for soybeans, in range for corn, above range here in wheat market. So that's probably where you started off. Argentina getting some moisture as well. Soybeans down 6 to 8 cents, did close below $10. That has been a support line for about 3 to 4 days. So it will be an interesting open here in 2017 to see what soybeans want to do being below that $10 mark. Over into the meat markets, pressure here in cattle markets, live cattle, feeder cattle down about $2, lean hogs up about $1. Looked like maybe managed money, a little bit of liquidators here into the cattle market, and you were able to see hogs come back, maybe a little bit of spreading as well. And then over into the outside markets, everything weaker with crude, dollar, and US Dow down here a little bit today. Now we're going to go over numbers from year to year, which are really interesting to go through. Corn market, from year to year, corn is down 8 cents on the year. So that's growing supplies here. We had a big carry out last year. We have a big carry out here this year. So corn down 8 cents. Soybeans up $1.35 on the year. This is probably the most interesting one. You really saw soybeans take off with a lack of crop to finish in Argentina, had some quality issues, had Malaysian palm oil shortage, which created demand for soybean oil, and really managed money wanting to be buyers of this soybean market. And so you are up $1.35 compared to where you were last year here in soybeans. And we have larger domestic and worldwide carryouts here in soybeans. So that's the one to watch the most moving forward. Chicago wheat down 63 cents on the year, but Minneapolis wheat up 43 cents. So you're seeing that separation there. You're seeing that premium built into Minneapolis wheat because of protein needs. Over into the meat markets, biggest movers to the downside. Feeder cattle down 36.5 on the year. Live cattle down 16.80 on the year. Not a good year for these cattle guys. Lean hogs up 6.35 on the year, which was a little bit surprising here with the rally that we've had. You are coming off low prices here in hogs earlier on, end of third quarter, beginning of fourth quarter, and then really, you're actually up $6 on the year, which I thought was a little bit surprising there. Over into the outside markets, these are one of the biggest movers. Crude market up $16.71 on the year. Big mover to the top side here in crude. A lot of that comes on the heels of OPEC coming here and making a decision to cut production throughout a lot of countries here, trying to dwindle that surplus that we're dealing with right now. This is a 6-month commitment from these countries. So at about May timeframe, they can meet again and decide not to continue with this. But you are trying to get that surplus down, and with that, you've had crude market rally throughout the year. US dollar up $3.62.5 there. That makes our commodities more expensive for foreign nations. That affects really the corn and wheat market the most, just because they are so globally grown throughout the world. And then the biggest mover throughout the year, Dow market up 2,366 points this year. Huge move. A lot of that coming after this election result came in. You bottomed out and you've just been on a tear since then. You are close to 20,000 points. It'll be very interesting to see what the US stock market does shortly after 2017 comes in. We are going to have a new president and really just a new routine. You're going to have a whole new look at politics, and it'll be interesting to see what you're able to do with this US stock market since it's been rallying so much. Moving forward, what we're going to be watching here is the grain markets, January 12th, U.S. crop report. That's going to be a big one. Finalizing production offers a lot of information. Winter wheat seedings as well. So that'll be a big one for grains. And then also, as far as those meats go, just making sure that cash trade stays supportive and looking at that weather. I do have to close with the disclaimer: trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and may not be suitable for all producers. Have a great New Year's.